Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Obviously, that first segment was shot on a beautiful day, not like the weather we've been having lately, like not even out of freezing temperatures. Oh my God, it's been cold. We also want to tell you we had so much fun and shot so many birds that we actually have another segment on pheasant hunting next week on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Now, like I said, look at the pile of birds that we ended up shooting and taking home. Mike and I cleaned them all up, and we were able to share them. So we gave Tommy some, Brian took some home, I did, and of course, we were looking for someone to prepare a dish for us. How about an Italian dish? Pheasant Saltimbocca. We asked TJ Cusumano, the owner and the chef of Cusumano's in Old Forge, to cook some up. How'd you get started, and what are we making today?
So today we're making pheasant Saltimbocca. And we have to start with a beautiful stock in order to do that. So we've prepared all your bone-in pheasant pieces that you gave us with some carrots, herbs, celery, and onion, salt and pepper. Now we've roasted these for about 20 minutes in the oven at 400.
Bring out some of the flavor and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So where does this go from now?
So from here, we're going to take it, we're going to put it in this pot, we're going to add water and a little bit of fresh lemon rind, bay leaf, and cook it on medium to high heat for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Everything is thrown into the pot, and it's off to preparing the pheasant breast.
So we have our beautiful breast, we have our sharp knife. We're going to take one of these excellent pheasant breasts here, and we're going to start from the thick side here, place our hand over it, and we're going to open it up. And you stop short of cutting through it, and then...
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And look, no BBs.
And you have to expect that. We actually hunted these with rabbits, squirrels, pheasants, all that, ducks. You've got to be sure to look for those.
So we're going to take our pheasant breast, we're going to cover it with a little bit of saran wrap, and we're going to take our mallet, and with the side that has the things,
the bumps,
you know, the bumps, we're going to start to lightly pound it.
Is this how you take your frustrations out?
Oh yeah, every day. Yeah, we pound a lot of chicken and veal here, so we're no stranger to this.
How thick are you looking for?
Well, I like to see about 1/8 of an inch. So I would say
you're
that
close.
I would say that that's probably it. No holes in it. Nice and smooth. I think this is really nice.
And you're going to make 2 for this dish?
We're going to make 2, so we'll start on the other one.
Okay.
Oh, look at that one. That's beautiful.
That is a beautiful.
Yep.
So what dishes do you serve Saltimbocca?
So we do chicken and veal Saltimbocca here.
Same recipe, only we're using pheasant.
Same recipe, only we use chicken stock, whereas in this recipe we're using a pheasant stock. You hear this all day.
I bet you do.
All day.
You could use that now that it's pounded for other things too, like a veal parmesan or a pheasant parmesan.
Absolutely, you
right?
can make anything with
Maybe
it. You could
next time.
You could put some beautiful cheese and herbs in it and roll it and make like a brujol and roast it in a pan. You could do a lot of things with this.
So where are we now?
So now we're going to dredge our pheasant in flour. We're going to fry it, and we're going to add our stock, white wine, and fresh sage leaf, prosciutto parma, and we're going to serve.
Now we're going to make the actual Saltimbocca right now.
Absolutely. So we have the pheasant breasts that we pounded just earlier.
Okay.
We're going to dredge them in flour, and we're going to assemble them with our prosciutto di Parma and our fresh sage leaves. If you would pick off some of those sage leaves, Don.
Sure.
So basically you just want to lightly press it into the flour, get all parts and sides of it coated, and we're going to put our prosciutto right on top of it. Nice piece of prosciutto. And then we're going to add our sage leaves right to that.
How many you need?
About 3 per piece, so about 6 in total.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to flip this right into the pan, prosciutto side down. Okay, and we have enough room for a second one in here too, Don. So again, right into the flour, lightly pressing, flipping, prosciutto, sage leaves right on top, and then right down into the pan. And you could just move them around with your tongs a little bit so that they both get in there. And then as this cooks, they'll obviously shrink and they'll make enough room for it. So we're going to cook those for a little while longer.
So the idea here is you're cooking the prosciutto up against the pheasant. Is it giving it its flavor too?
It is, and especially when you put the prosciutto down first, it's caramelizing. it's melting that excellent aged prosciutto fat, and all that salt is getting imparted onto the pheasant with the sage leaf as
You know,
well.
who in Italy was sitting back saying, I think this would work, but I've had your veal, and it's delicious. I can't wait to try this with pheasant breast.
I can't wait to too, you know? I've never done it, but I think it's gonna come out really well.
So these have been cooking for a minute or two, right? Oh my goodness, look at that. My mouth's watering already, and you haven't even finished this dish.
Yeah.
So what's next? I'm actually getting the sage. I'm getting like a processed pork, like the prosciutto.
Yeah, so the next step after this, we're gonna brown the other side for about a minute, and then we're gonna deglaze with white wine. We're gonna add our butter, our pheasant stock, and a little bit of lemon zest, salt and pepper, and let it cook.
And let it go. That is gorgeous already. It's gorgeous.
So Don, would you like to deglaze it with the white wine? About 3 seconds worth?
3 seconds?
Yep.
Now, am I counting or are you?
I'll count. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And now you can add a full ladle of our pheasant stock.
That looks rich. Take a look at that at home. That looks rich. Over the top or does it
Right
matter?
over. And then a little bit of lemon zest would be great in this. And I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper in. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And now we're gonna add our butter. And I like to just tap the butter in the flour a little bit, just so the back of it is coated. This adds a nice little thickness to the sauce without becoming like gluey
Right.
or lumpy.
And that flour is going to add like a gravy consistent too.
A little
right?
bit,
Like
yeah.
the
It's just going to keep the sauce together. It's not going to be like a thick, rich gravy, but it's going to be a nicely reduced sauce.
And now we cook for another couple of minutes?
And that's it. Another couple minutes, and we should be done.
Beautiful. So this looks done to you?
Yeah, it looks done. The sauce is reducing nicely. We're going to take the pheasant out. We're going to plate it, and we're going to let the sauce reduce for another 10 or 15 seconds, and we're going to pour it right over top.
Beautiful.
So you can see how it all stays together too. For some reason, the prosciutto and the sage, they like stick to the pheasant perfectly. And then that's our sauce, and it's got that nice lemony, white wine, herbal smell. And we're gonna shut this off.
Oh, look at this, buddy. Look at that.
And that's the dish.
All right, now we just got to grab a couple knives and forks, and we're going to give it a shot.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is a beautiful plate, okay? I mean, it's pheasant, but it's a gorgeous plate. What would you serve with this in this restaurant?
So if I was to do this in the restaurant, I would probably have some nice roasted potatoes and a glass of white wine and a little bit of vegetables, and I think that would be a great meal.
Are we ready to try this?
Yes, we are, Don.
Now, you want me to get a piece of the prosciutto, right?
Absolutely. Get right in there.
You too, man. Dig in. Pheasant, the sage, the juice. Here you go.
Wow.
You're going to start looking for pheasant breasts.
Yeah. Might have
That
to get
is
a
an
shotgun.
outstanding dish.
That is really good.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Don. Thank
This
you.
was wonderful.
Yep.
And again, thank you, TJ. That was a lot of fun in your kitchen, and of course, it was absolutely delicious. I can tell you that Tommy made his in a very hearty gravy with mushrooms and served it next to, I believe, rice. And I made this beautiful Asian stir fry. The food was delicious. When you can hunt them, take them to a kitchen and prepare them. It's all good. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.